listening to the Smoke Meat Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Pittman. The Smoke Meat's brought to you by Joe's Underground at the corner of 8th and Broad in Augusta, Georgia, in the bottom of the Lamar Building. Joe's is such a great place. Has such great people there. Jeremy and the gang make everybody feel like they're at home. I just love it. You go in there and it's like you've been there 1,000 times, even if it's your first time. They treat you like family there. They got great food, great drinks, great people all around. So everybody make sure you go. Right now they're closed because of the quarantine. As soon as they're open, there's going to be one hell of a party and you can't miss it. So make sure. I goes to Joe's and so should you. Corner of 8th and Broad in Augusta, Georgia. And now, let's kick this beast off. My guest today, a young lady named Charli Marie. She is an actress. And I'm going to talk to her today about some of the stuff she's been in. She's also been a script supervisor. Done sound, been an associate producer. She's gotten her hands dirty in a lot of things in the movies and film and TV. And we're going to learn a little bit about it. Going to learn a little bit about her today. So without further ado, we're just going to have a ball here. So let's get ready to rumble. Hey, Charli, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, any better? I'd be twins. Yep. So, I hear you working on a bunch of stuff, which is awesome. We're going to get to just about everything.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about yourself for my listeners that don't know.
I am an actress and I'm also a mother. And in my free time, when I have some, I do some screenwriting as well. And it's fun. It's a lot of work, but also a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm a dad, and that's definitely interesting. And I'm a comic. I'm a paramedic. I'm a podcaster, and I've actually got something I'm trying to do. Two writing things. One, I'm trying to translate a book to a radio play.
Wow.
And that has been very interesting. That is not an easy process at all.
Yeah, that sounds really hard.
And because basically you're writing a movie without scenery. So
yeah,
it's been interesting so far. I didn't bite off more than I could chew, but I got a mouthful, let me tell you.
Yeah, you gotta learn too at the same time and keep going.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and I'm also been threatening to write a movie about 4 characters that I do on YouTube. And
cool.
Kind of a dramedy thing. The mechanics of doing it is what stops me. I'm lazy. That's so sad.
Yeah.
But yeah. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Right now I'm concentrating on the podcast, and I'm just having a great time with it. We're growing by leaps and bounds.
Well, that's definitely good.
Yeah, most definitely. I got great guests on.
Yeah, thank you.
like the present. By the way, when we're done with this, don't hang up because I got to give you my address because I need an autographed headshot for my Wall of Fame.
Awesome. Okay, definitely.
Yep.
So that sounds good. Yeah, I mean, as long as we're doing stuff every day, even if it's not quite the thing that we want ultimately, as long as we're working on something every day and trying to take at least a couple steps forward every day, we get there. And that's good. That's what matters, I think.
Yeah, if anything good comes out of this virus right now, I'm hoping that it is the fact that people are going to hopefully be more creative and are going to start pumping out some new stuff instead of everything being a remake or a reboot.
A bunch of superheroes.
You know how I can tell that I'm old? I can remember when movies were new.
Yeah, that's good though. I mean, you can be excited about going to one.
Oh yeah. Everything is not okay. We've seen this before, but let's change this person's hair color and do it again. No.
I do like spin-offs though. Like have you seen that TV show Once Upon a Time?
I have.
To me, I love that because it's it's kind of old characters in a sense. It's like classic characters. Like they have Peter Pan and Snow White. They have a bunch of classic characters, Rumpelstiltskin. But to me, it's fantastic because they spin it. And I'm not sure if they use some of the Brothers Grimm idea of the stories or if they just created their own version of the stories or if they combined different versions.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, that's kind of like one of the best things where it's like you take something that, yes, it's like some sort of fable or some sort of, mythological creature or something like that, and then you create it into something modern. And to me, that's really cool.
Oh, no,
Like
I can
when
dig
you
that.
can, yeah, like where it's not exactly a completely new idea, but it's like a renovated version of an idea that's, most people have forgotten or have gotten used to it being a certain way.
Yeah, now that I can live with.
Yeah,
I can definitely live
I
with
like
that.
that idea.
And the Star Wars thing is what gets me. I saw the original one in the theaters, and actually the first three in the theater, and I haven't seen any of the other ones. I started watching the episode one, whatever it's called,
Hmm.
and as soon as Jar Jar came on the screen, I'm like, nope. And I haven't seen any of the others. I haven't seen the Mandalorian.
Oh, I saw the first episode of that. My son is just into that. He
Uh,
likes that one.
I guess I'm just what they call a purist. I like the first three, and that's it. I guess I'm just getting old.
Well, after a certain point, it seems kind of redundant, maybe. Maybe that's what it is you want something fresh to be excited about?
Oh, definitely. Definitely, because I used to work for the Department of Redundancy Department.
That's great.
But, yeah, but no, I do a little bit of everything. I'm wanting to get into acting more because I've never
Hmm.
really done it very much. I've been in 2 movies that I was an extra in. Pretty much, I was just right place at the right time.
Hmm.
Uh,
That's good.
I was in one called Fled with Lawrence Fishburne and Stephen Baldwin and Will Patton, and
Nice.
that was really cool. And that was
Yeah.
we were the medics on scene there, so they needed a paramedic. Next thing you know, I'm zipping a body bag and talking in the background, which was neat.
I mean, that's really cool, especially that you can use like what you do as a paramedic to be able to make it on the screen. Like that's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, because I've always been told I've got the perfect face for radio, and then they put me up 10 foot high on a screen. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. But it was a lot of fun, and what? It's something I think I'd like to do now. And I've been doing characters on YouTube. My channel is Brad's Comedy, all one word, no apostrophe.
That's cool.
Check them out. They're all improv and they're all one take.
I definitely will have to check it out.
Yeah.
That sounds fun
Yeah,
and
man.
like funny to watch and
Oh.
definitely need things to laugh about. So
Now, how do you feel about clowns?
clowns,
Yep.
I mean, I think they can be funny. I think it depends on the style of clown. Like certain ones, for a children's birthday party where they're intentionally, goofy and cute and funny, to
Mm-hmm.
me that's kind of cool because obviously kids enjoy it sometimes, usually. And it's, can be a fun thing. But I think that they've definitely twisted it a lot for Hollywood and made them, scarier or crazier or sociopaths or whatever. And I think it's interesting because, again, I like the spin-offs of things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for children, it kind of makes it like, I mean, I met a kid that was maybe 6 or 7 that I was babysitting for the mom, and the child didn't like clowns because she had heard too many stories about her mom doesn't like clowns because obviously the mom knows more about the adult movies where they're like scary and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And, the kid didn't like dolls or clowns or anything. And I'm like, man, the poor kids are losing some of the joy that I'm pretty sure back in the day people enjoyed that kind of stuff. And as long as there can still be joy and kids can still have that, innocence of things that they can like and enjoy and have fun with, I think that clowns are still cool. And the twisted version is cool, but for adults,
Oh, yeah. The reason I'm asking is one of my characters is a clown. I am actually a certified clown. I used to teach fire safety as a clown.
That's cool.
And my first clown's name was Murray. And Murray's voice, it's very natural for me. This is Murray's voice.
Oh,
is
nice.
Awesome, but it lends itself to cussing, and I didn't want to do that in front of 1,000 kids.
Yeah.
So I shelved him, and I made Murray on Facebook not Facebook, on YouTube. It's one of the worst clowns in the world. He is horrible. He does magic, and I'm actually doing magic. He does balloons. I've got about 300 that I can do.
That's really cool. You can do magic.
And he does it while he's chugging a fifth of bourbon.
Ah,
He is. You'll have to see him. He is the most horrible clown, but he is so much fun to do. He is just. Oh, he's awesome.
See, it's great when you can enjoy like doing a character. Like when you have fun with it. To me, that's like the best thing in the world. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I've got one that's a coach. He is a football coach that doesn't have a team, doesn't have any kids that play football, never played football. But he's kind of like that. Back in the 80s and 90s, they had the college football coach shows on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
His name is Coach Dan Graham, and he does it all for the kids. That's the coach.
Oh, man, that's funny.
He's a lot of fun to do, and I've got one that's a chef. His name is Chef Rupert, and he just loves to cook things. There's a lot of twists and turns coming for him. He's a lot of fun to do.
Yep, that one sounds cool too. I like the voice of that one.
Yep. He's got the big Freddie Mercury mustache and wears a do-rag and a chef's coat.
Nice.
And like I said, there are some twists and turns with him that's coming, and they're going to surprise people. And
Yeah.
I have an old 70s guy named Wayne who's got the thick mustache and the big mullet. And this here's Wayne's voice, baby. Wayne
Yeah,
just
that one's cool.
Wayne just preaches a little bit about love.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Have you heard of Josh Turner? He's
Yeah.
got that real deep voice. I think he's saying, what is it, long something train?
Long black train, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. His voice is like, I'm pretty sure all the girls swoon over that voice. That one reminds me of that voice.
Yeah, Wayne is awesome. When you ask Wayne his last name, he'll answer, Wayne's all you need to know, baby. That's it.
That's great. That's like the opposite of Elvis Presley.
Had a friend of mine who sent me a hot lollipop called the Toe of Satan. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I haven't.
It's 9 million Scoville heat units.
Oh, wow.
To kind of give you a comparison, a jalapeno is about 2,000.
Oh my gosh.
And she sent it to me and she said, I want Wayne to eat it while he's reading The Little Engine That Could. And that video is either on there or on my Facebook page. I can't remember which, but it was horrible.
Oh, you got to put that on YouTube too, so it's on both.
Oh, it is.
I definitely want to check that out.
Oh man, it is. It was horrible. But I've done a character based off of Joe Exotic. It's Brad Exotic.
Nice.
Because she actually sent me the Bean Boozled jelly beans. Remember those?
I'm not sure.
Well, Jelly Belly puts out a thing called Bean Boozled, and you spin a little spinner, and it comes up on a color, and you eat one of those colors. Now, it's either a really good jelly bean, what it's supposed to be, or it's a nasty flavor like stink bug or sour milk.
Oh, like those Harry Potter beans. Body
Yeah.
Burt's every flavor beans that are like earwax flavored and stuff.
Yes.
Oh, man.
And she sent me the Extreme Edition, which has 10 different flavors, and there are no good ones in there. So I did a video that I think I posted this one on YouTube also, that I did Brad Exotic, teaching you about tigers, lions, and donkeys and the danger of all three of them. Did you know that the ground speed of a donkey from a dead stop is 70 miles an hour?
Jeez, that's really fast. I
know-
wouldn't have thought.
Did you know donkeys know kung fu?
No,
You know the only
but
people
kangaroos do.
the only people who have seen a donkey do kung fu are dead, so they can't prove it.
Oh,
These
man.
are just two of the made up facts that I've come up with on donkeys, but the video is awesome.
That sounds great.
And acting is just so much fun, you know.
Yeah.
I was looking over to IMDb and everything before I did this, because I always just kind of glance. And this one thing you've been in, Maybeline Molly and Me. That looks
Oh,
like
I
that's
love
pretty
that
good.
one.
I like the premise
Yeah.
of it.
Did you see it? I think he put it on YouTube now at this point.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to this evening.
It's a short film and it has, it's drama, it's deep.
Yeah.
It has some military affiliation, some cancer affiliation. But I'm basically the comedic relief.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a short part, but I also helped with script supervising. So I was behind the scenes for the whole thing. And I mean, it was great. A great cast, a great crew. That movie, I like all the ones I've been in, but that was among one of the favorites so far. I really, really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that one stood out to me. It looks like it's going to be pretty good. I'm going to try and watch it this evening.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah. So I noticed, you've done a lot of stuff. You've done some sound. You've been an associate producer. You've been a
Yep.
script supervisor. You ain't scared to get in there and get your hands dirty. And that's a wonderful
Definitely
thing.
not. Especially for sound. I was standing fully clothed in a pool for sound, holding the boom mic across the entire pool to make sure that everybody was heard. And it was very fun. And I just it was a very fun shoot, a very fun cast and crew, and just that was probably like the best way to work on sound.
Yeah, I could see that. Hey, at least it wasn't mud.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, I believe
It
in
was fun.
getting into every aspect you can, because anything you can learn, it can do nothing but help you.
Yeah, I'm like obsessed with learning. Like every day I try to pick up something new and just practice it. And, I'll keep going for a while till I feel like I've honed that skill, and then I'll just keep going and keep practicing it even more. I'm just like, I'm in school right now too. I'm going for entertainment business, and it's just, I'm constantly learning. Like if I'm not learning something, I'm I'm still trying to find a way to learn something from what I'm doing no matter what, basically.
Yeah.
It's fun stuff. I like doing that.
Yeah. Or do you cook?
I do sometimes cook a little bit. That's something I'm learning for sure. I have like 2 recipe books that I've just been going through, not necessarily front to back because they have categories, like dessert and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'll pick, one for breakfast, one for lunch, one for dinner, and kind of just go through them that way. And so far, my kids love it. So they're
Okay.
just like, they like pretty much everything I've made so far. Their
Well,
favorite was this little, I forget what it was called, but it's basically eggs, and you put it in, like, you actually stick them in the oven in a cupcake pan,
yeah, frittata.
and it's kind of like a frittata, but they're real small, so you can take them to go.
Mm-hmm.
And they just love those. They're like, Mom, can we have an egg cupcake? I'm like, sure. So
Hey,
that's fun.
I've got one of the little mini muffin tins. I'll do those in. A little bit of sausage
Yeah.
or bacon, a little cheese. Oh yeah. But here's your mission. Here's something for you to learn today. 2 things.
It's good.
Uh,
It's definitely good.
One, if you do pork chops,
Hmm.
before you cook them, get equal parts of chili powder, just regular chili powder, and country thyme lemonade mix,
Okay.
and rub that on your pork chops before you cook them.
All right,
The
I'll have to
sugar
try
will
that.
caramelize, and it makes it so great.
That does sound good. I'm gonna have to try that.
Yep. Do you ever bake
Thank you.
fish?
Yeah, I have done salmon before and tilapia. Otherwise, not. Don't think I've tried anything else.
Okay, well, here's your mission on fish next time you bake fish.
Okay.
Take peaches and puree them, however many you want, and then add heavy cream, an equal amount to that puree.
Okay.
One spoon of red pepper flakes. That's not enough to make it hot, just enough to give it a little bit of flavor.
Uh-huh.
And reduce it by about half. That means boil it slowly till it's about halfway down. And
Okay.
put that on your fish when it's done. It's a
Well, that
wonderful
sounds good
sauce.
too. I'm gonna have to write all that down. That sounds great.
But
I'll have to let you know how they like it too, because I can make that for dinner the next couple nights.
oh yeah, it's a wonderful thing. Daddy can
Yeah.
cook if he can't do nothing else. He can cook.
That's good.
Oh yeah. So you were telling me about another project that's going on, A Gift from the Heart. What can you tell me about this? Because it sounded pretty cool. Tell my listeners.
Yeah. Oh, so Andrew Heller, he's actually the director of Molly, Maybeline and Me. He wrote this book called A Gift of the Heart, and it's about 2 families coming together, and I don't want to give away much more than that, but that's on the front of the book, so I can say that. It has to do with children, with cancer and things like that. And so his mission, like, he's literally putting his entire life into this mission. He's driving from Florida all the way to California to get on the Ellen Show to talk about this, is to turn this into a movie. And make all the proceeds go towards these families with children with cancer and with, that need help, basically. And it talks about it on the front of the book, too. And we have merchandise. We have, mugs and masks now because of the virus and things like that on the website. But his main goal is, like I said, to benefit them. And he's just like, if you on Facebook, he has a couple of like videos where he talks about it, and he's just so focused on and dedicated to making this work. And so, I let him know I was going to give a shout out here. And he was like, yeah, for sure, because I'm driving right now. I'm driving across the country, and, I'm trying to do my best to make this thing work and get funding for the movie so that we can make it and we can help give to everybody. It's like, well, that sounds amazing,
Yeah.
There's a website. It's www.agiftoftheheart.com. And, yeah, check it out, because there's so much going on with it. And the book is really inspiring, too. I just love the book.
Very
so
cool.
I just don't think I can give away too much. Oh, they do have a teaser trailer on the website also that has... You ever seen that show Smallville?
Yeah.
About Superman?
Yeah.
His dad, the dad that plays Clark Kent's dad, the actor from that is actually the doctor in the teaser trailer. I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna put this in my show notes, and if you talk to Andrew, give him my information. I'll have him on here where he can talk about it more.
Okay, yeah, I'll tell him for sure.
I'm always up for helping. It doesn't cost anything to help.
Yeah, for sure. I'll let him know. Probably once he's done driving, but I'll definitely let him know, and I'll give him your info.
Cool. Good deal.
So, yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
You are very, very welcome. Oh, man, I'm getting old and tired.
Aw.
But it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
How are your kids dealing with this quarantine thing? Where are you at, in California, or where are you?
Yeah, I'm in Southern California.
Okay.
They're doing pretty good. We have a little patio, so we go outside a little bit, and, most of the time we're inside, though. And I've just been trying to keep them still learning and still trying, not being mopey and just laying around, trying to do things and trying to, we got started on this 5,000 piece puzzle the other day, and my youngest son, he's 3, and he is just a whiz with puzzles. He's 3 years old, and he got an entire section done completely by himself. And the other 2 are great too, but it was funny because we're like working together, the 3 of us, and then my youngest son is over there in the corner, like putting all these pieces together, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was fast. You got all those together. And he's like, hey, look, Mom, it's part of the bridge. And I'm like, wow, yeah, I can see that. It was just so cool.
Well, I tell you, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but last time I did a puzzle, it took me about 3 months. But I'm proud because on the box, on the front of it, it said 3 to 6 years.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, you definitely do comedy. That's great. But yeah, so, we've just been having fun. And I feel really blessed because I went to school to be a teacher a long time ago. I think I was like 18, 19 years old. And I was studying to be a teacher. And, some things happened with life to where I wasn't able to finish the student teaching part, but I did everything but. So I know how to write my own curriculum. I know how to, look up, core or figure out what's going on in that district that I'm in, all the things. So I kind of got lucky when it was like, hey, everybody stay home and homeschool, because I already know how to do that. And it's perfect because I can, focus on my kids and still teach them things. And their school also has the online stuff so that they have it from home. But on top of that, I've been kind of like adding a little bit more. And they're great kids. They're not like, oh, we have extra homework. They're like, oh, this is fun. Wait, can we do a science project? And so we come up with things to do. And it's just like, I don't know. It's been pretty good for the most part.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I tell you, a good science project for them. How old are they?
8, 6, and 3.
Okay. Get them
So real small science projects, like putting the 2-liter bottles together and swishing it around to make a tornado, that sort of thing.
Sweet.
or Mentos.
Yeah, get them to do a volcano. Get them to mix some vinegar and baking powder.
Vinegar and baking powder? Okay.
Yeah, do it outside though.
Yeah, might have to go downstairs for that one.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, most definitely, because it poof everywhere. Not an explosion, just a nice geyser.
All right. That's good to know.
Yeah,
I know we're looking forward to the parks opening back up again. I mean, everything's pretty much closed down. They opened the beach, but I was kind of like, everybody's going to be running over there. I don't want to like be trampled on. So why don't we wait a little while before we go back? And sure enough, I think they closed it again.
yeah. Well, you know,
So,
I understand things opening back up. I mean, people have to make a living, and you know, everybody's got to make their own choice. That's what
yeah.
this is, you know. But
That's the
if
hardest part is
if
the income and the, the working, that sort of thing, because it's kind of hard to be on set when you have to social distance everything.
yeah,
And that's been the hardest thing for me personally.
yeah,
But it'll get better. And plus, I think that it's good that everybody's trying to keep each other and keep themselves healthy. So, it's to me, I'm kind of just trying to focus on, keeping everybody I know healthy and good as much as possible, and hopefully that'll ripple effect out and other people will keep each other healthy and good, and hopefully it'll make it better for all of us.
yeah, most definitely. Because I mean, right now, I'm just letting everybody know: be careful, because while this thing looks like it may be slowing down or whatever,
Mhm.
it's not over even close.
Yeah.
It doesn't discriminate. It'll take anybody it wants to. I see this stuff every day. I mean, it's not done. So just be careful, you know.
For sure.
I can't control what anybody else does. But
I was asking my grandma the other day. I was like, I can't wrap my head around, the whole idea that like, okay, as long as you follow these specific rules, you won't get sick. I'm like, okay, I get it. Like the masks help and, keeping away from people. I understand that. That makes sense to me.
mhm.
But like, you can go here, but not here. And, at first I was a little confused by it. And she explained to me, well, it's because you still need food. You have to get groceries. It's like,
Yeah,
that's kind of why they're still allowing that. But if you just completely turned into like a bear and migrated for 6 months, you probably wouldn't get sick. I was
yeah,
like, well, that would be nice, but I don't want to expose other people by, having them bring stuff to my house, groceries and stuff either, when I could just, put mask and gloves on and, go myself. And I don't know. So it's just a really tough situation for a lot of people, I think.
do what you were taught to in kindergarten. Wash your hands. Don't sneeze on people. Don't get up on people. Use common sense.
Yeah.
And like I say, just be careful, because this thing ain't over. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just laying low
That's
for a
true.
minute.
Yeah. Well, I think too, it's kind of in a way good because it gives people, rest. People that are, New York Minute constantly. I mean, I was a workaholic before, and it's given me more time to kind of just, slow down a little bit and have a little bit more just time, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, and I always spent time with my kids, even when I was a workaholic. Like if they were like, "Hey, mom," and I was running out the door, and they're like, "Hey, mom, could you sing this song with me real quick?" I'd sing the song with them.
Yeah,
And so no matter what, I always try to tell them yes, but not for like toys and stuff, but I mean for time, for my time, because that's important. I want to be there for them. But at the same time, I was very like workaholic New York Minute. Like my friend wants to hang out. Nope, busy. I'm working or I'm with my kids, and that's all I ever did. And now it's kind of like, yeah, I can't exactly hang out still, but it's like I'm sitting down and I'm reading a book. I'm focusing more on reading stuff and learning stuff, and I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are kind of doing that more now.
oh yeah, most definitely. See, I've been lucky in some ways, because I haven't missed a check during this thing. I've worked constantly through it, but I'm medical, so I get that downside of it.
Yeah,
And
you got to be really careful.
yeah, but I understand. People have to do what they have to do. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But everybody that's listening, just be careful. I
Well,
can't tell you what to do, and I won't tell you what to do, because that's up to you. We're all grown, but be careful and take care of each other.
I definitely want to thank you for doing that. I mean, like, if it wasn't for you, a lot of people would have a really hard time with things. I mean, for people like you, for paramedics, it's thank you. It's a huge, huge blessing to have paramedics around, and so thank you for what you do.
You're very, very, very welcome. Well,
Yeah, I had my youngest son, he had when he was real little, he um he had these seizures, febrile seizures,
mm-hmm.
and it was the most terrifying thing in the world. And he would like seize up and then go completely limp. And I remember calling one of you guys and I was like, listen, I need you to take him to the hospital. And thank God for the paramedic, because we got to the hospital and everything was okay. But it was just, as a mom, when you see that sort of thing, it is terrifying.
Oh, big time, because you can't do anything about it.
Yeah. And I asked the paramedic, I was like, is there like, I mean, he said, no, just roll him on his side so he doesn't choke and I was like, okay, but he doesn't breathe. Like, how does he breathe? And he's like, no, he's still breathing. It's just, he's not breathing enough to give him his face color. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like,
Yeah.
like, you know how scared I am right now. And he was like, yeah, he's like, but he's going to be fine. And he had him on all the vital machine stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And on oxygen and everything, and it was just like I was so grateful to you guys. I mean, on a personal level and on a social level too. I know you help millions probably of people every year, so
Well, thank you very, very much.